Silver just broke a whole bunch of support, and so many other charts were breaking today. This is a very important video today. We'll start off with silver. Here, you guys broke down out of this pattern. So now you guys are most likely going to meet this trend line that goes back a very long time ago. Or if you break through that, you will most likely meet the giant moving average. I'm going to say most likely you're going to bounce off of this trend line due to its being so strong. Then you can expect a bounce higher, most likely. Now, before we get into the really juicy stuff, you guys have the TLT. You guys are breaking down lower. Seems like you're going to keep crashing down under the 200-day moving average, the yellow line shown here. I would expect a reversal back up to fill the gap that it left in its path. It filled the previous gap it had. Now it needs to fill the current gap it has. And then that will bring you right back up to the giant moving average, which if it gets rejected from there, your TLT will most likely go bearish, which I'll get to right now. The TLT trade, if it keeps going down, you guys will most likely get higher rates. So your 2-year yield just cleared your 200-day moving average, this giant yellow line. Now, you guys can expect higher interest rates in the future, most likely due to it having so much support being above this giant yellow line. Now, what you want is a retest where it curls back over and then hits this yellow line. This orange line here is the price target I've set. That's where it's most likely going to go. Now, won't go there immediately, take some time. Hopefully, when it comes back down to retest the 200-day moving average, you guys break down back below and go lower so you guys have less inflation, lower rates, everything's beautiful again. But from the looks of it, it looks like your 10-year yield's like, we're gonna go to the moon. I'm like, if you say so, because you guys just broke up out of a very big pattern. These other two orange lines are just the bigger pattern that you're inside of. But this pattern here, right here and right here, you guys broke up out of. Now, your most likely price target is up here at the top of the bigger pattern, which would hit about 4.6%, and this is your 10-year yield. This is what your mortgage rates are based off of, and your inflation. So if this one keeps going up higher, more inflation, higher rates, good luck buying that house. On an exciting note, you guys have the S&P 500. You guys had a down day today. Good job, just what I needed. Because now, you guys are going to most likely hit this giant moving average and experience a bounce. You will most likely get this bounce because, here, the rubber band stretching. It needs to come back up for air and then probably crash right through the giant moving average and through this support line and go lower. But we worry about that later. Right now, you guys are so close to hitting the giant moving average and the price target set. We'll see what happens next week. Here's your NASDAQ on the daily. Same thing. You guys are sitting right on the giant moving average, your 200-day moving average. Looks like you guys are going to most likely experience a bounce next week, which will be good for all your day traders because then you get a little bit more volatility in there and some more direction instead of a bunch of chopping movement. Here's your Dow Jones, as shown before, hit the price target and has now gone past it. And you guys are meeting up with the giant moving average, which will give you guys a high probability of a bounce to do a sweet run up and then possibly back down. But we'll see what happens. That bounce is higher probability than it coming back down and breaking the giant moving average. Now for your gold, similar to silver, you guys did break down out of a pattern. This can also be a head and shoulders pattern, but because the tops are pretty close here, I'm going to call it a rising channel. You guys did break down out of it, and you are expected to most likely hit the recent trend line going up. And you guys are above the giant moving average, so you could just keep going higher. Now, if gold breaks this trend line or silver breaks its large trend line, you can expect a bigger pullback in those markets. Now, overall, today was a very rocky day in the markets, especially yesterday too. You guys have everything breaking out. Your cryptos have not done anything. That's why they're not shown. XRP and Bitcoin, not shown. And this is getting exciting. We're starting to get more movement around in the markets. And I will see you guys Monday.